أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله والحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله إن صلاتي ونسكي ومحياي ومماتي لله رب العالمين رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. uh, Inshallah, we're going to proceed today from verse 48. That's where we left off yesterday. After Allah has, said to remind the disbelievers, those who believe that Allah will bring them back to life on the day of judgment. And Allah is giving an example, say that everything you enjoy in this world is temporary. Remind them to, focus more to connect back to me on the day that I'm going to return them back to me so that they're going to enjoy what I have for them in permanence. And the disbelievers, instead of following through this message of guidance and following through what they have been commanded, in fact, to spend of what they have, they disbelieve and pose the question, they pose the question, when is this time going to come to us? In kuntum sadiqin. If truly you are telling us that there's going to be a day that we're going to be brought back to life, that we're going to die and someone is going to raise us, and there's going to be a day called, a day of judgment. And, when is this time going to come? So this is the question that they pose. Now, before we go, we dive into that, let us go to Suratul Mu'minun. When Allah is saying, the same scenario when the disbelievers will be raised and they're going to tell them that, this is the day to which you have denied. And Allah said, أَفَحْسِبْتُمْ أَنَّمَا خَلَقْنَاكُمْ عَبَثًا. Do you think we're going to create you everlasting? Do you think we're going to create you that you're just going to, just leave this world, just enjoy for life? Then Allah said, have you not seen the signs? What is in between the heavens and the earth? Allah said, have you not seen all of those to be a sign? Then Allah said, I created all of this bilhaq. I created them with the truth. That means know that for a fact it is true. It is true. That is a first, rhetoric answer, to say that, don't ask us that in kuntum sadiqin if we are telling you the truth. Know for a fact that everything you see, in this, around your world here before we take your life itself is true. As we created the heavens and the earth, bilhaq, it is true. And in Surah Al-Mu'minun, they said, Allah said, do you think I'm going to create you everlasting? وَإِنَّ أَفَحْسِبْتُمْ أَنَّمَا خَلَقْنَاكُمْ عَبَثًا وَأَنَّكُمْ إِلَيْنَا لَا تُرْجَعُونَ. Do you think you're just going to leave, sleep and enjoy, wake up, and we're not going to bring you back to us someday? Allah said, this is the mindset of this believer, thinking forever. And on this day, it's going to be too late before they realize, the Akul Mubin, the truth will be clear to them on that day. And by the time you're going to get to the explanation of this, by the time they realize, that, the truth has come to them, it will be too late. They're going to pose the question that, oh, Allah, return us, whereas now we want to believe. Then Allah will say it's too late. Now, back to the question. When is this time going to come back? Yesterday, I remember we said we're going to refer to Surah Al-Mulk to pick up the lesson there, because the Quran, it translates itself. Number one, in Surah Al-Mulk, there is a response there. There is a different perception that Allah presented to answer this question. And also in Surah Al-Naml, Allah also presents, what He told them, because even the time Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam does not know it. Then in Surah Al-Mulk, He said, وَيَقُولُونَ مَتَى هَذَا الْوَعْدُ إِن كُنتُمْ صَادِقِينَ. And Allah said, tell them, مَا يَنْظُرُونَ إِلَّا صَيْحَةً. Before that, Allah said, Allah said, tell them, O Rasulullah, إِنَّمَا الْعِلْمُ عِنْدَ اللَّهِ وَإِنَّمَا أَنَا نَذِيرٌ مُبِينٌ. Tell them that this time that they're asking you, that is not their focus. We don't, that shouldn't be their focus. That is ignorant of them to focus more on. Why not just focus on the message that we have come we have told you to present to them. Allah said, tell them that, I'm just a warner to you. I'm here to give the message, for you is to receive it or not. Don't question me, if I'm telling you a day is going to come, don't focus on that. Is that going to convince you? Even if you don't see that, why would what you do not see convince you when what you see does not convince you? Allahu Akbar. It's posing to them. If you have seen all of these signs that we have explained to you, the ones to which you enjoy, you breathe in, you breathe out, you enjoy our sustenance, that does not convince you. In fact, you know that when you give someone an appointment, that the next day it's going to break and everything is going to repeat itself. You don't see that to be a sign to ascertain your conviction. How would you now believe in what you do not see? Allahu Akbar. Then when you go to Surah Al-Naml, they ask the same question. And they said, وَيَقُولُونَ مَتَّى هَذَا الْوَعْدُ إِن كُنتُمْ صَادِقِينَ. Again, Allah said, cool, tell them, because even Muhammad sallallahu alaihi does not know. And we remember we mentioned that there are 4 things in the 5 that Allah does not disclose the knowledge of it to anyone. Ilmu Sa'a is one of them. The knowledge of the time, the knowledge of where you and I are going to die, we don't know. Then the time to which we're going to die, Allah said we don't know. We don't disclose this to anyone. That is, we know how Allah's magnificence supersedes all. And Allah said, even Muhammad does not know. Tell them that the knowledge is with Allah. Number 1. Then number 2, he said, Asa an yakuna radifa lakum ba'du lazi tastajilun. Even if you are focusing on this time might be closer to you than you expected. It might be right very close to you than you expect. And before you now see it coming to limelight, it would have been too late, because this is what you're going to say. Ma yanzuruna illa sayhatan. Now listen. We back to Surah to Yasin now. They said, Ma yanzuruna illa sayhatan wahidatan ta'khuzuhum wa hum yahisimun. They were waiting for the last moment, the calling, when the trumpet will be blown. And wahum yahisimun, so that they are, even at that time while the trumpet will be blown, when this time that they are asking, when it surfaces, they will be in confusion. They will be question. They will be in dispute. They will be running back and forth. And if you remember, when you go back to, I think, verse 29, when Allah used this soy hata wahida, this yelling, the soy here is different. Remember when the story of our people in Najjar, then Allah said, we don't have to send angels down to destroy them. The soy had here, the yelling, the commandment, or the commandment of voice, or the shouting that Allah said we use there. The blow there is a different scenario. Allah used that to demolish the people who have disbelieved on spot. But here Allah said, this time it will be when we command that Israel should blow the trumpet. And then the disbelievers will see that now this is the truth, but it will be too late. Allah said, when we, what they're asking us, they don't have the capacity to witness it. They wouldn't even know how it's going to happen. Now, when it comes, for whom they are still in confusion. They are still, in dispute of back and forth, and it's going to come to them when they least expect it. Now Allah said, فَلَا يَسْتَطِيعُونَ تَوْصِيَةً وَلَا إِلَىٰ أَهْلِهِمْ يَرْجِعُونَ. Now, when we surface this time that they're asking us, that it's a process. We're going to first take away their soul. We're going to blow the trumpet. Now we're going to raise them from their grave. Then Allah said, once we give this instruction that the trumpet should be blown, they wouldn't be able to go to it, make any appeal, or have any excuse. Now they say, oh, I think the time is come now. Let us try to defy it back or push it back a few times. We need to go and prepare now for this time to come. Allah said they will have no excuse. They wouldn't be able to give any word of commentary or give any instruction to the angel that we have sent. It's not about the authority that you have in this world, that you're going to have to say, I know this chairman, I know this CEO somewhere. Allah said, when this time comes, you have no excuse of intervention. This is our command that to send them. Then also, وَلَا إِلَىٰ أَهْلِهِمْ يَرْجِعُونَ. it is going to be on spot. They wouldn't be able to return back to their families. They wouldn't be able to go back to their house. Allah Akbar. And even the tafsir explained this very explicitly. He said, when the trumpet blew, and the people that are alive at that moment, if you are in your house, your workplace, school, mosque, wherever you are at that spot, once the trumpet is blown, everyone will submit, and we try to listen to the call, and we're gonna know now this is the end of it. And even the people in the grave, it is going to be the second blown to trumpet once everyone hear that, is going to raise everyone back up. And now we all know that this is the truth. And let us think about it, brothers and sisters. Just for example, when an accident happened, and another good example is the recent earthquake. People don't have any excuse to say, let me try to go look for my child. You know, Parents were killed on spot. Even just a car accident, there is no trying to say, angel of death, wait a little bit. I know you're going to kill me in this accident, but let me go back to my wife to tell them this is how I want my wealth to be distributed. I need to leave them a message. And I said they wouldn't be able to return back. So this is, challenging this question that, disbelievers and people of ignorance ask, to say that when is, even, in our world today, we tell people that, fear Allah, fear Allah. There's a day gonna come, Allah is gonna judge you. They tell you, when is this day gonna come? They can't really put it into perception to really imagine that truly a day, would come. Then Allah will get out, and Allah said, Yaw is called the Yawmul Jamam, the day to which the Prophet Noah, Prophet Adam, Isa, Ibrahim, all the Prophet of Allah, all the Sahabas of Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, generations and people that we cannot even imagine how they look, people that we cannot imagine that if they existed, that's the day we're going to bring them back. So it's not easily comprehensive to human sense to imagine, a day like that. But we as Muslim, Allah bless us to with the strength of faith to believe in what we do not see, and truly hold on to that belief that someday Allah will take our soul and it's going to bring us back to life, and it's going to raise us on the day of judgment. Now, one fifth of his suri, Allah said, when the trumpet is being blown now, when we have commanded Israel, take the trumpet and blow, and the angels, they don't go against Allah commandment. They don't say, yeah Allah, give them few more moments. We don't think they are ready. It is immediate. Once it is blown, it is blown. Now, فَإِذَا min al-Akhdasi, when our soul has been taken now, the first one, everyone has died. Everyone has been called that Mutu. The first one said, when the trumpet is blown, everyone that is living will have to die. You have to leave. You cannot, listen to anything after. Now, when the trumpet is blown again, now, we have been buried. Now, from the grave, that's why once the trumpet is blown now, everyone will also hear again. Even the scholars said people that have accident, your hands got broken, your head got cut off, your part of your body was divided in whatever, cause of your death. Everything will come back together at that day. Everything will come back again. Allah will bring it back. That is why in Surah to the last few verses of Surah to Yasin, when they were asking, who will bring back this bone and the flesh that has been divided? He said, Kul yuhiya allazi ansha'a awwala marra. The one who has created it at the first time, who has created it from nothing, have the capacity to bring it back together, and he will. Allahu Akbar. And he said, وَنُفِخَ فِي الصُّورِ فَإِذَا هُم مِنَ الْأَحْدَاثِ إِلَىٰ رَبِّهِمْ يَنْسِلُونَ. Now, la ilaha illallah, we have here, listen to this trumpet being blown again. Now everyone will run to the call. Everyone will run to the call to the Lord. The same calling that was not necessarily competitive, but the way that Ayala Salat, Ayala Falah, when we make the azan to call people to say, hey, come and pray, come to success. People, we run, the Muslim, we run to pray, we run to answer the call, but people who wouldn't want to run, on this day, there will be no reluctance or deferment. You have to run. Everyone must run. The same running that people, when they make the Hajj, when they say labbaik, labbaik Allahumma rabbi labbaik. Oh Allah, we have come, Allahu Akbar. We have come to answer your call now. We have listened to the call. The first call that Prophet Ibrahim has called from time. Allah said, call to me and don't worry, I'm going to bring them to me in numbers. And once Allah bless people to with the resources to be able to attain and run to that call, when they get there, the same statement they make is labbaik Allahumma rabbi labbaik. Oh Allah, we have listened to your call and we have come to you now. We have come to you Labbaika wa sa'adaik. We have listened to the call and we have followed through. Now on this day too, people, every human creation will also run back to Allah. And what do we say? Either you want it or not, you have to say labbaik. You have to say, Allah, I have come. Now the judgment of this day will now be left to your Lord. It should be left to Him to present your book to you. And you will see very clearly to say, by your own self. And we remember we said, the one who is of good character will be longing to have his book read to him because he knows that he has tried. He knows that he has listened to call in the first time, the first time they called him to success. When he listened to Adhan, they say, Hayya al-Falah, come to success, come. He has listened. Now he has also strived. Then, he will be longing to meet his Lord. But the disbeliever already know that, he knows himself. He know what to expect. Then he wouldn't want the book to be read because this book it has been perfected. And once he read this book, he's gonna say, which book is this that doesn't cover up any of my good deeds? Allahu Akbar. Then it will be too late for him to understand. Now Allah proceeded. He said, Qalu, Ya Wailana, Allahu Akbar. After they have been brought back, when they have no way to run to, they cannot travel to, Canada or to say, let me run away somewhere on this day. There is no escape point. Do you even know the way? You don't know. It's a different world. It's a different realm. There is no escape. And I said, even the people that try to be authoritative in this world, they try to be hard. They try to use every trick. Allah will tell the angels, فَخِذُوهُمْ, chain them down, hold them down. They have no escape on that day. Allahu Akbar. يَوْمَ يَفِرُّ الْمَرْءُ مِنْ أَخِيهِ وَأُمِّهِ وَأَبِيهِ وَصَاحِبَتِهِ وَبَنِيهِ. On this day, the kids will run away from their children. The children will, it will run away. The parent will run away. Motherly love is so bountiful in this world. So much so that the mother could say, Allah, take my life. Let my, daughter, let my son continue to live. All of those will not surface on that day. Father will run away from their kids. Friends will run away from one another. There is a story of, they paint the picture of the day of judgment. Then they say the children will say, oh, my mother, while we are in the world, you show me love. You show me affection. You buy me what I want. Everything that I need is always there for me. Now on this day, I don't, there's no way out. Help me on this day. The love that you showed me in this world, show it to me today. La ilaha illallah. And the mother will respond, oh, my son, oh, my daughter, on this day, for you is what you have put forward. For me is what I have put forward. I cannot help you today. La ilaha illallah. You cannot help me today. I love you, but it's too late now. If you do good and I do bad, you will be rewarded and I will be rewarded accordingly. It is too late now. There is no love today. Illa man rahima rabbi. Except the one that your Lord have mercy on. Except the one. And we remember, the only mercy would be what? With the message of Islam. The only mercy would be the one who have said labbaik at first. The only mercy would be the one that Allah descend on the follower of Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. Because Allah said, Bima Gafar li Rabbi wa ja'alani min al-mukramin. Allah will send this mercy down. That is why Ibn Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said, Allahumma rahmataka arju. Oh Allah, it is by Allah. When the Sahaba asked him, that on this day, you are telling us of this day that it's going to be tight, it's going to be hard, it's going to be challenging, we're going to run away from one another. How severe is this day? Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said, it is most severe, so much so that Allah said he is pleased with. I'm only looking forward to his mercy. I'm only looking forward. Allahu Akbar. If the one that Allah said, I am pleased with you, I have forgiven you, you are just going to be fine. If he is still longing for the mercy of Allah, then who am I? Who are you to think that, if you are contented with what you have put forward? And this even is still the mindset of a mu'min, which is still fearful and at the same time hopeful with optimism. To say, by Allah's mercy, by His mercy, I have followed Muhammad. Muhammad is going to intercede. With faith, we are hoping, we just hoping that Allah will be merciful. Now, what is going to become of the one who never believed? The disbeliever on that day will be so tormented. There is no back and forth on that day. There is no, oh Allah, excuse me, sir. Let me try again. Don't try again, brother. It is too late now. This is the statement that they will make. وَيَقُولُ قَالُوا يَا لَيْتَنِي Ya Waylana, on their own mouth, they would say, Ya Waylana, may Allah not count us among them. They will say, woe be unto us, how unfortunate it is for us today. We have wronged our own soul. Mambasana min marqadina hada. Who has raised us? La ilaha illallah. Who has raised us from our sleep? We are just sleeping. And Allah, when they were asked in the Quran, they said, how many days have you spent, you people? And they said, maybe just 1 or 2 days, few days, we're just taking a break. And that's why the scholar said this world is like a traveler. You're just taking a break here. This place is not our home. The home is there. And what they said, the way you lay your bed, you lie on it. If you lay your bed well in this world, you're gonna see if you build, they have different kind of bed in this world now. Wet bed, you design all of those. You can only have a bed, a kind of bed you have in Jannah if you work for it here. And the scholar said on paradise, the one who is, and Allah even describe it, the one who have good days, the bed will be made the way you want it. If you want to rest a little bit, the bed will go down the way you want it. And even friends in paradise will, one is longing to meet the other, the bed will connect straight to him. You don't have to, there is no taxi. La ilaha illallah. You just think of something and it's going to surface. Allahu Akbar. May Allah count us of the people of Jannah. Now, back to Suratul Mu'min. When they say, where is, why are we, how many days did you spend in this world? They say, labisna yawman aw ba'da yawmin. Just 1 day or two, wasalul adi. Ask the people who are above Isab, people who are taking account. We are just enjoying life, we're just driving Ferrari and Lamborghini and living in mansions, vacation houses in Florida and all of those. That's all we are concerned about. We don't take time, we don't care about you. Allahu Akbar. That is the word of regret that they will be making at that day. May Allah not count us among them. Then Allah will ask them, who do you think you are talking to today? You are sleeping. Who wake you from what? A commandment today is mubin, is a complete commandment. Who are you talking to? And Allah will even tell them, I've had enough of your rubbish. Don't talk to me anymore today. You have wronged yourself, and today your name has been stamped in the ones that we will be punished. May Allah not count us among them. Now they would think they are sleeping, because remember we said that sleeping is like a minor process of death that we all go through every night. Then just like to put people in the grave, when the angel come to wake them up, to question them in the grave, it's still gonna be like sleep. That's why they say loosen up. What we used to tie the corpse, and so that when they come to wake them up, it will be easy. May Allah make the process easy for all of us. I mean, now once everyone is raised and they have listened to the trumpet, we are going to come to life and run to the call. We have to run to it the same way people are encouraged in this world when the light of Allah descend and they hear the call to run to it. Allah said in the Quran, "Oh, you are believe, run, sari wila makfiratu run to the forgiveness of your Lord, run to Allah." Allah said, run, because once you know that this is the truth, it is imperative and encouraging to run to it. Now, on this day, the disbelievers will say, who has wake us up from our sleep? We are enjoying in the night. Allahu Akbar. Who has raised us from our sleep? Ma wa'ada rahmanu wa sadaqal mursalin. Now they say this is true. Now they say, oh, the messengers have now spoken the truth. The question that they were asking, that when is the time, when is the day of judgment going to come, they will see it clearly in front of them. Now, oh, truly, this is what the messengers have tell us. But it's hard for someone who doesn't have the light of Allah to believe, to truly say, I'm submitting to what I do not see. Even you cannot tell, for example, if they have told Queen Elizabeth before she passed away. He said, somewhere, your kingdom is just the monarch that you have is temporary. There is, with the authority and everything that Allah blessed the people who are in position of the world today. It is hard for them to say someone is going to take it away from them. But the question people need to ask themselves is, did you come with all of this in this world? When they give birth to you, you have nothing in your palms. You have your name written to nothing. You came to this world and everything come to you by Allah's mercy. But on that day, they would say, they will realize the truth, which is mubin, al-haqqul mubin, yawm al-haqq, the day to which uh, people have seen that to be the real truth. They wouldn't be able to go back to correct their mistakes. They wouldn't be able to go back to right their wrongs. On this day, there is Yawmul Jaza, is the day of reward, the day of what you do, how you make your bed. It is now today to tell you that, hey, this is the direction to go to. Go back to your bed. And even the scholars explained that on that day, the people of Jannah already know their address. They know where their mansion, how the place Allah has made for them. They know where it is. No one is going to direct them, even though the angels will be their security. They're going to be the one to receive and welcome them with salam. But they know their place. Allahu Akbar. Let's think about the people who have been bestowed, given the glad tidings of paradise in this world. These people already know their place. Some of them have seen it. Allahu Akbar. Habib ibn Najjar saw it. The wife of Fir'aun was also shown. Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, the 10 people that he gave the news of Jannah, all of these people know their place in Jannah. And even when the righteous one, may Allah count you and I among them, once they die, when the angel come to wake them up in the grave, if you are the people of Jannah, may Allah count us among them, they're going to say, you have done well. Once Allah has made it easy to answer the question, now they'll say, take a rest now. Now you can rest. You can really take a nap now and see your place in Jannah. Enjoy till the day Allah will bring you back. But if it's vice versa, which we don't pray that Allah counts among them, then it will be the opposite for them. إن كانت إلا صيحة واحدة فإذا هم جميع لدينا مبتلون. It will not be, once everything has been brought back to us, you cannot say, but a single yelling. The soya there, you remember we said this soya that Allah used is different. But this soya, the blowing of the trumpet is to bring them back to us. It's going to be the call. What is it called? We have like the big call kind of thing that we are familiar with. Once that call is made, this calling that the blast that was made at this time is to bring us back to Allah, because Allah is already waiting to judge. And Allah said, I'm not the one that I'm not in a hurry, just like you are the one that that's so much in a hurry, that Allah is telling us in the Quran that I'm going to show you my signs. Don't be in a hurry. Don't tell me to hasten up. Now on this day of judgment, once we listen to the call of Israfil, the second, the first, second, and third time, now we are in front of Allah, and the day to which the disbelievers as disbelief is going to surface now is in effect. It has come to limelight. Now the question becomes, who are you to run away? What is going to become of the disbeliever on that day? Because remember, we said it is Yawmul Jaza. This is the day that you have asking that when is it going to come? It has come now. But what we as Muslims we hold on to is, we as believe in that, and we already, while we are here, we know that someday it's going to surface and we're going to be returned to Allah. We pray that Allah on that day that He doesn't count us among the losers. Even Prophet Ibrahim alayhi salam, he asked the prayer, and we also should try to keep saying that Allah, la tuzini yawm al-qiyamah. Oh Allah, don't make me among the losers. Don't leave me to myself on the day of judgment. Don't make me be lost on that day to which you're going to bring everyone together. Inshallah. May Allah count us among the neighbors of Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam and among those that will benefit from his intercession. Bismillah. أقول قولي هذا وأستغفر الله لي ولكم والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. If there's any question or commentary, inshallah.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam.
These few ayahs, brother, they just really bring out the point of accountability.
Yes, sir.
You will be accountable for what you believe and what you practice on that belief. Yeah, it really, you read through these things, but you don't pay attention to what you read sometimes. At least I didn't. I mean, it's taking the time to really go through it like this. You can see accountability.
Yes, sir. Exactly.
Be accountable.
Exactly.
But it's all based on the mercy of Allah, though. Allah has to be merciful enough to guide you to the right, belief system and the right practice.
You made a very good point. Just today, while I was, looking at the Quran, I had to, try to paint it in human. That's why, as human, they say we cannot go to the real apex point of how magnificent Allah is, because we're going to lose our mind. It's beyond our trying to paint the picture. They say, let us think about it. Generations before us, they live in this same world. Where do they go? They even Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, he walk is, try to imagine Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam walking in this same world that we walk in. And, he left, and Allah is saying someday all of us is going to come together. We see, we wake up, we sleep, we eat, and someday, say, I'm going to die, I'm going to go somewhere. And that place is where we do not know. We haven't been there before. But Allah is telling us that we're going to bring it together and not just bring you back to see everything that is different. We're going to account for you. We're going to, is either you get the good reward or the bad side of us. And Allah is telling us that his bad side is severe. Human being trying to imagine. And on that day, it's only Allah. You don't have a lawyer. You say, pray that, beg Allah, Allah Akbar. You try to pick, and then Allah is telling us, don't think we will not. It's going to happen. It's just like they're telling you that, someday there's going to be a bomb blast, for example. And you still imagining bomb blast. And you're going to witness, you must go through it. It's just something, it's scary, but at the same time, as Muslim, we need to be hopeful of the good hope and optimism, to say that by Allah's mercy, as He has promised that Rasulullah, his people will be saved. We just hold on to that to say that Allah, beg Him to accept what we do and pray that He counts us among those that will be successful on that day.
Well, one point, like the ayah says right there, that Allah is not going to He's not going to wrong any soul. It's all going to your compensate your reward or compensation. It's only going to be based upon what you did.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So He's just. I mean, it's not going to be Him. He's not going to be making up stuff. It's like, well, let's pull it out. Let's see what you did.
And you know what you did. You know what you did.
And you know what you did. That's right.
Allah. And the trick there is also, because we believe that what we do of goodness, it is by Allah's mercy. He made it easy for us. And now that is to tell Muslim that whatever you do of good, you need to even thank Allah, because He wants to reward you of goodness, then He make you do what is good. Let's verse out too. The people who are doing what is good, Allah made it easy for them because He has made punishment. He has put their name on people that He's going to punish. So, Allah, because Allah wouldn't judge without that book of record of good and bad. But He wants the book of goodness to be high. So He commanded to goodness. He made you run to it. Allah said in the Quran, all of this is easy by our mercy and permission. May Allah continue to make goodness and good character, good conduct and good deeds easy for us. And He accepted, because He accepted so that He can reward it abundantly.
Jazakallah khair, my brother. Alhamdulillah.
We're getting to the interesting part. By tomorrow, inshallah, we're gonna get to, and this is, is mostly emotional when we get to this verse where Allah is now describing on that day, because now we are getting into deep, subtopic of, the theme of the day of judgment, which is one of the strong themes of Surah Yasin. Now we are, we climb from the messages being sent, who received it, who do not receive it, what is the reward of the one who is good, the one who is bad. Now Allah is now taking us through the process of death now. Now on the day of judgment, raised from the grave, now we are now in front of Allah. Now the next set of verses is now explaining how the day of the people of paradise, what they will say, how is that day going to be for the both sides, inshallah. So we're going to pick it up from here tomorrow. Bismillah ta'ala. Assalamu alaikum.